Bill 6 is about giving municipalities and law enforcement the tools to manage public drug use and dismantle encampments. These are not abstract concerns. These are daily realities for people across Ontario. Parents trying to walk their children to school through a park lined with tents. Local businesses seeing customers driven away. And communities growing anxious as public spaces feel increasingly unsafe. And Madam Speaker, I want to be clear. I support the objective of this legislation. We must be able to remove encampments that are unsafe, unsanitary, and unsustainable. We must be able to intervene when public drug use endangers individuals and communities alike. But, Madam Speaker, the legislation does not exist in a vacuum. And it is our job as legislators to consider not just the hammer, but the hand behind it. We cannot talk about enforcement without talking about what happens after. If all this bill does is give police the power to clear tents and confiscate personal belongings, but leaves people with nowhere to go, then we haven't solved the problem. We've moved the problem from one park to another, from one underpass to the next. It is entirely possible, and it's necessary, to hold two ideas at once: that public spaces must be protected and remain accessible for families, seniors, and our communities, and that people living in tents are not criminals, that they are often in pain, people in crisis, people who have been failed by the very systems that are supposed to support them. So yes, we must restore safety to our public spaces. And yes, we must crack down on illegal drug use when it threatens lives. But we also must confront the truth that many of those struggling with addiction are, in fact, self-medicating for trauma, for mental illness, and because of despair. Because I think, honestly, we all want the same thing. We want safe communities for our families, our kids, our neighbours. We want clean public spaces that we pay for with our taxes, and so that we can enjoy a high quality of life. And we want a society that doesn't turn its back to those in need. Bill 6 is a step in restoring order. But if it's not paired with compassion, if it's not paired with investment, and if it's not paired with real vision, then it's only a half measure. And half measures are what got us into this mess in the first place. So let's dismantle encampments, yes. But let's also dismantle the barriers to housing, the barriers to treatment, and the barriers to dignity. We can be tough on crime. We can be compassionate. And we can do both of those things at the same time if we choose to.